Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Immortality, where slowly we grow closer and closer to just having seen everything. At which point, we will necessarily have seen the ending, right? We will necessarily know what happened at the end of the filming of Two of Everything. I think that I don't know. Jumping through Marissa's face has totally been working. I guess let's just keep going. I mean, it's sort of slow going in the sense that we're picking up a lot of stuff we don't need, but that stuff's interesting at least as well. This one we have.
Smoke.
This is definitely new, although also okay, context for the thing with her hand and the blood on it. I do not expect this to be terribly useful to us, but it is at least new.
$42 apple, take one.
Smoke. He comes. Music fills the air. Action. Marissa.
Yeboah. Yeboah.
Dagagnana bazie.
Zroy zilwazi.
Kize.
Niamzie. Drol zinatsies.
Smoke. Satan off.
Wow, that was really effective.
Smile and turn. Cut. Check the gate and let's grab that mother-daughter on Marissa.
Huh. That's a weird attitude to approach her with. Mother-daughter, is that a film term? I'm not familiar with what might be meant by that. I wonder. Like the noise is.
Thought you'd keep your distance.
Hold on. The noise is so obvious, but it's not like it's so obvious that it's something that's weird, but it's not obvious at all what it represents or what it means when you start playing. I wonder how many people watch like a ton of clips. They just get like a ton of footage behind them before they discover this stuff. Because I feel like we fell into it relatively quickly. This is something I'm very interested to watch other people play once I have finished it, and that is a safe thing to do. I'm also extremely curious about the way it actually works under the hood, like how it decides what clips to show you when, if there are some things that are gated by like having seen a certain percentage of the total footage, or the construction of this game is really fascinating to me.
I came back.
I never can. There's more that binds us together than repels us.
What they do, what they create is worthwhile. I want that.
They're monkeys flinging shit.
There's more than just existing.
There is. But not this.
Oh, we're getting some subtle effect. Hold on, there's another clip in here. their relationship is very complicated. I guess we don't know exactly how old they are. He claimed that he came up with the thing about the serpent and the apple, right? So probably, at least thousands of years. A relationship that builds up over that kind of time, you're going to accumulate a lot of context that's going to make it tricky to understand from the outside, I guess. Anyway, I definitely heard sound. Oh, this is too fast. Let me get back to there and then... Oh, right. Huh. It's interesting that we came out of the clip into this clip already running backwards. I feel like that's not usually how that works, but I guess it's because we were an even number of layers deep. Well, an even number of layers under this, an odd number of layers if you count this one, which is usually not the case. Yeah, I guess that's all it is. I mean, that was very interesting. I'm not 100% sure what the point of the clip within the clip within the clip was. Maybe to show us that that the other one has more control over the situation than we thought. I mean, that might have been true before she killed him during the filming of Minsky, right? Like, there was clearly some chafing. They were very, very tense with each other. It's really interesting. I just wish I was better at digging it up. I don't feel like I'm getting to do as much like investigating and uncovering here as I am pressing a random number generator and hoping. I wish there was more, there was finer control over what clips you were going to find, or there's a more obvious way to have finer control. This might be one of those things though, where like I'm missing something major, and when I go and watch other people play it, I will be shocked at how good they are at uncovering exactly what they're looking for. What am I doing? Sorry, we want to actually watch this. So this is that dude who was at the table read, right?
First day of filming. How do you feel?
This sucks.
I'm excited and nervous. I want to justify Mr. Fisher's casting me. This is such an incredible opportunity, and Matilda is such a challenging character.
And I knew to cast the role that I should look for someone new, someone young and exciting. And when I saw Marissa, I had the idea to cast for Rosario and to then sculpt her into Matilda. Now, there are many actresses who can play the temptress, but this character is so special because she takes the form of an innocent. When I saw Miss Marcel, she had a spark. I see great things for her future.
And how does it feel to be sculpted by Fisher?
It's a great honor.
Have you ever watched somebody in a situation like this where they have to be nice for reasons, and like seen in their eyes the wish that they could just unhinge their jaw? And this sucks. There's so much about the movie business that sucks. It's like a bunch of horny old dudes going, ah, yes, she had a spark. She's so special. There's just an innate talent about whoever they think they can use their power to maneuver underneath them in, a variety of ways. Not a super useful clip. I'm a little surprised. I thought there was some chance that we were going to get something of the one and her relationship with Fisher, because she did reveal herself to Fisher, right? And I don't know exactly... I didn't catch the date on the clapboard. I don't know exactly what this is. It's possible she's not even Marissa yet. Or, well... I still don't feel 100% confident when she overtook Marissa.
I have not.
Okay, we saw this audition tape already. This is new though. I wonder if it's just going to give us like with some random walk, more or less just everything chronologically, I guess that would be a good way to finish things up.
Screen test. Matilda's magical dress. Second option. Give us a turn.
No, I don't like it.
Wait, I forgot the book.
The book's not going to make a difference. It's too historical.
I based it on real dresses from 18th century Spain.
Yes, but we should have something more modern. It should have an effect on the audience.
Perhaps I could wear men's clothes. A smart suit.
We still want you to look desirable, my dear.
Please, don't start thinking you're here for your ideas. Remember why I cast you. Gross. I am curious what the thing is going to be here. I have to imagine the one is going to have some feelings about this. Okay, there it is. Hold on, did she say all art is a striptease? Okay, here we go. Well, that probably, informs us as to what her opinion of this is going to be.
When Inanna descended into the underworld, she removed her 7 beasts. The story of Salome was embellished according to this myth. While take the biblical stories, and the dances were his Salome. They say this was the origin of striptease. All art is striptease.
I love this sort of like menacing music building slowly behind this performance. It's a weird incongruity. It's really interesting. Also, there definitely was a sound in that. I am wondering if we are finding so many more clips that have multiple layers of stuff embedded in them, or if there were lots of those before and I just wasn't noticing, and we may... I do not look forward to the task of like going back through every clip trying to make sure that we've seen everything. We're not there at the moment, but I am worried. Unfortunately, this is really long, and I don't remember exactly when the noise was. There. Oh, well, is the noise just the way back into the other clip? Okay, that I'm less concerned about that. I guess that makes sense. Wait. Okay, I think it's just I'm getting a little lost in the like resonant piano tones of the weird music that's playing over the clips. I thought I had detected another thing, but I'm thinking no at this point. Yeah, okay, I don't think we actually have anything else. Can we get you to turn your face back to the camera so that I can...
I lied about burning her letters.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to worry about
You can move me around like this.
how much footage there still is left to see. This, I think, is new? I think. This is not the sexual assault scene, right?
Scene 28, rehearsal.
If you get up over there, that's our bed. Both on your sides. So we progress things here. They still face each other, but Ambrosio's looking over her shoulder. No eye contact. Starting to grow tired of her. We're halfway to total dissociation. All right, Sophia, you read Ambrosio's voiceover so we get a sense of timing. Marissa, put your leg over Robert. Okay? And action.
Like a gambler who plays again and again to win back his losses, the sinner soon finds themselves debauching themselves further to feel as they once did. Their sins compound, their debts worsen.
Okay, this isn't really working. We need to get a look at your tits, my dear. And it's hard to get in on Ambrosio's face.
If Robert is on his knees, Marissa can straddle him. Can I show you?
Go on.
If she arches like this, you get your tits. Robert, of Mary's. You can move me around like this.
You see, this is why I didn't give you the Matilda role. You're so filthy, Sophia.
You cast me as a virgin, Arthur.
I'm turning you into a virgin. Marissa into a whore.
So I guess we're like, with that comment about all art being a striptease, I guess we're starting to get a little bit about like what Backwards Lady saw in Arthur, why she revealed herself to Arthur in the first place. Like they seem to definitely have a pretty significant overlap here. Although I do think that it seems like her opinions definitely changed somewhat over time. Like she's definitely still... Two of Everything is still pretty lurid, and obviously she's still very much into like the play of light off skin in Minsky. It's interesting to sort of see the development.
Quite heavy love scenes in it.
Yeah, we're starting to get rarer and rarer to see new footage. Okay, this is new. Slowly we're losing it all though.
Scene 12, Bravo, take 2.
Alright, the previous scene where I identified Maria's body in motion as her essence. Now she's here, stripped to that core. Larry, keep looking at Marissa's breasts. Speak nice, but your eyes are treating her like meat. Action.
I can have him bring you a hot one.
No, you brought me this. I want to savor it.
Thanks for making this work. Sorry it's an early morning, but it was last minute. We had to fit it in before the splash shoot.
The splash shoot is on Thursday.
Thursday is tomorrow. All day long.
I was really hoping to get into the studio tomorrow. I'm working on a new song, an acoustic thing.
Very excited about the acoustic thing, but this commercial is a big deal.
Right.
Yeah, all of next week free. Except Tuesday, you will be...
Spit it out.
On the night show.
You booked it?
I booked it.
Oh.
You are musical guest.
musical guest.
I'm sure we can bump you up. I'm pushing for it.
Gary.
What?
I'm promoting a huge album. Don't you play golf with one of the producers?
He's the one that got me the slot. It was hard. You just had Brittany.
Well, I'm not Brittany.
I know you're not. You are one of a kind, beautiful angel.
Cut. Going again?
It is really interesting how we get that connection between like sort of like the focus on the lurid elements, and in particular the focus on the way that men treat Marissa and Maria, or Heather. I already have forgotten who she's playing in this scene, but the way that men treat her body and the way that that affects her. And you can see both like not just the through line, but also the evolution, where here it's less about just like the value of the body, but more about the effect that the valuation of the body has on the character. I wonder if the game actually is designed to sort of like unlock things along these like threads of meaning like that, or if this was just weird luck. Okay, this one we saw.
Well, I don't want to spoil things too much. She's a young woman who sneaks into a monastery.
This is the very first interview, right? Yeah, okay. Here we go, here we go.
People have all wondered what it is to mourn yourself.
Go beyond death and look back at existence as a stage.
Oh, interesting.
59 Alpha, take one.
Action. Go on the billboard.
She couldn't swim.
It wasn't an accident. Cut. Bring the billboard back up and we'll go again.
Reset the billboard.
I wonder if the backwards lady had, I've been assuming that the backwards lady's dissolution had to do with something about making this picture, but I wonder if it's actually the other way around. If she already knew something was wrong and that was what was the cause for this. Like she already felt that somehow she was coming apart, and that's partially the inspiration of this, the ability to create the thing to gaze back on your death from the present before your death. Right? That's definitely that is a thing that dying artists definitely do. We have seen that. That's interesting. Gosh, I wish we knew more. Can I jump off of her face on the poster? I cannot. Okay, let's get her back here. I'm surprised that doesn't work. Actually, very surprised. Okay. Out of curiosity, are there any other zones on this? No, it's just her face.
Rehearsal.
I think this is different than the scene that has the wider shot of the three of them on the couch, I think.
Rehearsal on scene 6.
The warehouse, large studio space full of art and young people.
Oh no, okay, we're just zooming out into that. So yeah, we've definitely seen this before. Give me Marissa.
Second slot.
Okay, this we've seen. Not the best freeze frame for her. What was it about this scene that had me thinking this guy wasn't Arthur? I don't remember.
Devilish smile.
Actually, I wonder, should we jump off of Arthur? I wonder if there's any more of him. Like, I wonder if we'll get some clarity on exactly what she did to him on the same way that we did with John. Oh, I'm definitely getting some rumbling in my headphones here. Yeah, it's coming from this. I guess this is probably not the ideal way to do this thing. Actually, sorry, the ideal way to do this, if there is something in this clip, would be to go to the end and come back. Oh, right. This thing. Yeah, we saw this already. But I guess it might be the case that there was something more embedded that we didn't see. I thought... I don't know. Let's just keep looking, because this isn't going to be what we want anyway, right? It's from the wrong era of her career. I think this strategy is maybe reaching an end of its efficacy.
Do you understand now?
Okay, here's something.
Scene 59 Alpha, take 6.
Fuck! Action.
Maria?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. You have no idea.
What's going on?
My
You're
God.
shaking.
Isabella. Something just happened to me in my room.
In your room?
Yes. Please don't be upset. I have to tell you what happened.
Slow down, darling. What happened?
Andrew, he made a pass at me. More than a pass, he forced himself on me.
Well, I think everyone had a little too much to drink.
No, it was more than that. It was more than that. He gave me no choice. He attacked me. I had to run away.
This is serious.
It is. It's really serious.
You don't understand, do you?
Understand what?
Andrew's a powerful man, and you've hurt his feelings. That's why I came to talk to you.
He assaulted me.
Maria, you're a big girl. You, of all people, should know the score.
The score? I came here on a professional contract, and I deserve to be treated like a professional. What part of that is unclear to you?
Do you understand now? You are a big girl. You're falling out of your dress.
You don't know who you're fucking with. I'm Maria. Wait till the world hears about this. I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna have Andrew put away. I have money. I have power.
You have power. Money. You're not in our league, sweetheart. Andrew could rent out Yankee Stadium tonight and pay every single member of the NYPD to come out and watch him rape you on home plate. You're nothing.
Everybody knows who I am.
The public does. But the people that matter know Andrew. He's the most connected man in the city. He belongs to a different world. And you just threatened him. Do you understand what that means, dear?
I'm Maria. He's gonna be on the front page of every single fucking newspaper in America tomorrow morning. I'm gonna destroy you.
You could have walked away from this.
I am walking away from this.
No. I don't think you are. Do it.
Do what? What are you doing? What are you doing? Ah! Ah! Ah!
Cut.
Let's go again. I can do it better.
We can pick it up.
I want it in the master.
It's late. You need to sleep.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's interesting how much this is affecting her. I wonder, you know, it's hard not to speculate. So again, I do feel like we're getting indications that the lady already knows something is wrong. That insistence on we have to get it now, I'll sleep when I'm dead, is definitely suggestive of sort of a belief that that's, you know, that's not all that distantly in the future. Also, I had to say, I don't remember if I brought this up yet or not, but it does, I can't tell if the narrative of the game is suggesting this or if this is just something I think, but Backwards Lady is like a much worse writer than John Durek, right? The scenes in this thing are so like thematically it makes sense. It's cohesive. It's very obvious, but it's cohesive. But the scenes are so belabored. Like you could cut 3/4 of the dialogue out of this scene without changing anything about it. It's just, it's interesting if they're doing it on purpose. Maybe we just jump off of her, actually. Because I do want stuff from this movie, ideally.
Move into the elevator.
This we've seen also. I wonder if we've seen everything that she's in at this point.
Wish to get you into fitting. Why don't you come with me?
If you're sure they don't need me here?
No, this is new. This is new. We know the scene that follows this.
Scene 39, Bravo, take 1.
Action.
Got 2 of everything, 2 hands, 2 eyes. Got 2 of everything, too much of everything.
That's enough. We'll drop the lights, and then she'll sing happy birthday. Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Hessenberg. Happy birthday to you. Thanks, Mr. Hessenberg, for all the things you've done, the billions you've won, the fee you paid me, honey. I hope I gave you value for money. We thank you so much. Everybody, happy birthday.
Maria, I thought you were resting.
Well, I've never missed a rehearsal. You don't get to where I am without a work ethic.
Andrew would approve of the Monroe impression. He's a sucker for memorabilia. I tried to buy him that dress once. It was so sheer, people thought she was naked. Of course, Jackie wasn't there. She was on an outing with the kids while Marilyn fucked Kennedy one last time from the stage.
Do you think Jackie knew?
The wife always knows. Wish to get you into fitting. Why don't you come with me?
If you're sure they don't need me here?
Oh, it's fine. They'll follow your lead tonight. Run 2 of us again. Make sure they've got the transition.
Yes, ma'am.
Cut.
To you. Thanks, Miss.
It's really interesting how when we were fast forwarding or when we were fast rewinding through this sequence, the film like stuck and almost seemed to visually tear on the image that we're looking for here. Unusual.
Happy birthday.
Okay, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Thanks, Mr. President, for all the things you've done, the battles that you won, the way you deal with U.S. Steel and our problems by the ton. We thank you so much. Everybody, happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
So yeah, I mean, she's not doing super well. This is not like a huge surprise because we're in the timeline of Two of Everything, which is where that has been taking place. But it's something. If I click on him in a clip from this film, are we just going to get Carl Greenwood? No. Well, this is new. Oh. Well, you know I was going to have to age gate this episode anyway, so... So at some point he replaced the woman in the clip, unless the game is doing one of those conceptual cuts. No, I mean it's got to be because if that woman was just a human woman, this would be difficult to convince her to do, I think. So, I mean, there was no resistance or anything. This is how she decided to go out when it got too bad, when there was no chance of survival left. I wonder if there's going to be any dialogue in the backwards version. Okay, the sound was early, right? Yeah, I mean, there's the certainty. So, that clip that we saw right before this was the first time we had seen the other one in that gown thing that she's wearing, right? Interesting. What a strange way of presenting this.
I see you.
It's really interesting that winding the film on this clip specifically doesn't go back to the moment, like the reference moment for the changeover. When I wound it forward again, it jumped immediately to the middle of her death. So like the stuff, the barely contained expression of pain and, probably a fair amount of emotional turmoil over the thing coincides with the physical burning of the body, but we don't see the burning inside the backwards clip. Is a really interesting way to present that. So I guess that answers the question. And as such, that's sort of what I was waiting for. At the end, at some point, where are we? We're like a couple weeks after this. I wonder how close the movie was to finished at this point. I think so. We might be done then. In a how do I know when I'm satisfied kind of way. Like we might be finished. I do want to though. We got a little bit left in this episode. I do want to do a little bit more jumping. In particular, curious about this. If there's any more that we can unlock of the other one as this woman.
Who owns your movies when you die? Studios?
Oh, this is a different scene. I thought this was the long table read scene, but this is a scene that happens afterward. That's actually really interesting.
Okay, we are past the midpoint and the movie has flipped on its head. We start to tear open Maria's world, reveal that it is more hollow than she thought. Amy?
Exterior LAX airport, tarmac, later. A plane lands and taxis across the tarmac. Exterior LAX airport, private airfield, moments later. Workers unload a white plastic casket from the cargo hold of the plane and onto a wheeled cart. Crowd noise inside the airport as hundreds of fans press their faces against the window, banging their fists, wailing and mourning and trying to catch a glimpse of Maria's casket. The workers roll the casket towards the coroner's van. Under the window, reveal Gary and Maria, incognito, watching the body being loaded into the van. Maria chain smokes, looking bereft. Gary keeps his arms crossed.
Can't believe it. Can't believe she's gone.
No. I just want you to know you'll be taken care of.
Gary.
I'm sure you're worried about the money. I'm worried about it too. The music doesn't go away. This isn't the end.
Maria turns to Gary, stunned at his callousness.
Gary, what the fuck? She's gone. I don't want to talk about the fucking money.
Yeah, well, we're all Maria Inc. and our CEO just died. Someone has to think about logistics.
Logistics? She was a person. She was our friend.
If she was your friend, I'm sorry for your loss. Maria wasn't my friend. She was my boss. And she never let me forget that.
The coroner's van drives off, leaving them alone on the tarmac. Gary glances at Maria, regretting his words.
Listen, why don't you come by our house later? I'll be there meeting with the team. Maybe we could find something for you to take with you. Remember, okay?
Maria, overcome with emotion, can't manage more than a quick nod. Gary reaches over and squeezes her arm.
Sorry.
He heads back into the airport, leaving her alone. It's hard being a star.
Is this a good thing for Gary? If Maria's been lukewarm recently, her dying, that's a big payday for him. Is he really that cold-hearted?
It's good for the story if he is. I mean, it's a gift that Maria gets to see how people talk about her after she's dead. She sees that the music, the fans, they feel something. But Mark, Gary...
The men in her life.
The men in her life, they didn't love her with any authenticity. Maria's rebirth is a chance for her to plug into that authenticity.
So let's play Gary here as revealing the worst of the commercial exploitation of the artist. Could you guys have a costume fitting now? We'll be back here in an hour or so.
Who owns your movies when you die? Studios?
Except for this one, we are fully funding this one ourselves.
The narrative arc of this particular chapter, of just like the clips that we have seen and unlocked in this episode, there's a very strong through line. This thing is constructed in such a fascinating way. All right. I want to keep jumping from the other one as Amy here. Okay, this we saw. Okay, the 24th. Interesting.
Scene 74 Alpha, take 7.
Action.
Is this seat taken?
Actually, yes. I'm waiting for someone.
Detective Murphy, perhaps? He won't be joining us.
Do I know you?
Isabella Hessenberg. And I know who you are, Heather. You really look nothing like her.
I don't want to talk to you.
I think you should. We're both after the same thing.
What?
We want to know what happened to your friend.
It was an accident.
But you don't think it was? I've been married to Andrew for a long time. It's a complicated relationship. Legally, morally. He's a very powerful man. And that limits what I can do, what I can say, what I can see. I don't like seeing other women get hurt.
You think Maria had something to do with Andrew's death? You think Andrew had something to do with Maria's death?
I've seen what it looks like when power goes unchecked. I don't know if Andrew remembers what it is to be human.
Have you told the police?
How do you think I found you? The police work for Andrew. I stepped in before any of this reached him, but you don't want him to know you're poking around.
Well, what are we supposed to do?
Well, that's complicated.
Is it?
I hope that you find what you're looking for. Good luck.
Well, wait, where are you going? Wait. VIP.
John? Where did John go?
Marissa.
The medic's coming. Where did John go?
Right, where did John go? So yeah, this is the day before the burning, right? But there was sound, and we're going to come back to it, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, this was when it was clear that it was like, it's over whether you want it to be or not, so you just take control of what of it you can. Like, the narrative and thematic threads that are running through the idea of, like, the complicated relationship that these two people who don't really know how to be human because of their immense power, the immense remove that their power gives them, and the stuff about her death and how she'll be perceived after her death and what she leaves behind. The way that the game is dynamically trying to weave the threads to conclusion as you, the player, are controlling it in a very limited way. And I guess this is why the way you control it is very limited, because how else would the game have enough control to be trying to bring things to a conclusion? But it's like, it's trying to dynamically It's trying to dynamically, programmatically assemble the shape of a sort of like a classical narrative out of the pieces that it has, while you are getting to have some direction over which pieces effectively exist for you. Like you are getting the pieces that you are searching for to some degree. That's really interesting. And I wonder if, so like sometimes it has seemed like it was just showing us clips at random and like randomly jumping to a thing we'd already seen, but then randomly jumping to a new thing. But I wonder if it's trying to follow an idea. Like it's trying to talk to us. It's trying to explain an idea to us. And the reason it's showing us clips that we already have is because those clips are in the line of thought. It's like watch the arc. That's really interesting from a just like a design of interactive narrative perspective. That's fascinating. Let's see what the backwards is in this. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be a total shock to anybody. Oh, damn it. There it is. Hold on. So we're going to wind this all the way back.
Don't let this happen.
It's okay.
You can come back from this.
Not again. It's okay. Let me die the way you died, and I'll be more.
So the implication there is that she did actually burn him when she killed him on Minsky, right? She was trying to kill him, and it didn't work. And she had said that thing about what happened to the other one was something new. So that's not a huge surprise. Was the sound that we heard there just the way back into the other version of the clip, or was it something more, I wonder? Let's check. Okay, yeah, it's just the way back into the other. Except I can't wind the speed correctly because I'm incompetent. Video games is hard, is the thing. Damn it, right, we don't have his face visible. There we go. How about here?
Decadence.
Okay, and now we're Carl again. I'm just kind of curious. So it'll tend to, if we're clicking on Amy specifically, it'll tend to jump to Amy. If we're clicking on him, we could get Amy, but we could get Carl, which makes things a little bit complicated. Although it's possible that there is still a clip of his actual, like what actually happened to him as Carl. Yeah, I'm starting to think we may have exhausted.
Another round of coffees? Back in town?
This is new though, huh?
Okay, let's just keep going from 18 and run through to the end of 24, so the whole night show sequence. Okay.
The exterior of the night show, a line forming outside. Interior, the night show, green room, same. Gary paces a well-appointed green room on the phone.
What do you mean she's not there? Did you check the pool? All right, I'll try again. God damn it.
He grabs a handful of grapes and eats them angrily off the bunch as he punches in Maria's phone number again. Interior, Maria's second apartment.
Weird thing to do angrily.
Phone buzzes. Mark and Maria in a wrecked bedroom. Mark groggily reaches for the phone, flips it, places it next to Maria. She sounds drunk and disoriented, and she licks it too.
Hello.
Maria, where the fuck are you?
Hi, Bear Bear. I was just starting to miss you.
We have been looking for you for hours. There's a PA currently climbing your garden wall.
Well, that's not gonna do any good. I'm not there.
Where are you?
I'm in my secret place. the one you'll never find.
Mark giggles.
Are you on drugs right now? Have you had anything to eat?
Maria squints at the bedside table.
I've been enjoying Percocet a la vodka all morning. With friends like these, who needs food?
Maria, for fuck's sake, take a cold shower and get down here. It's the night show, okay? I'd kill myself to get you second slap.
Too wasted.
Christ.
Call Heather.
Don't be stupid. She's your body double. She can't do TV.
She did the MVAs.
Gary winces.
You're gonna give me a heart attack with this shit.
I believe in her.
She hangs up the phone and rolls off the bed. End intercut.
God damn it.
Gary tosses the grapes back on the plate and makes the call.
Hey, Heather, sweetheart.
Can we take a break?
Sure. Simon, you want to get us another round of coffees? Back in 10?
It's really fascinating to watch these clips now where both John and Marissa are present and doing things independently. So I'm trying to imagine what that's like for the backwards lady. For like her to be giving performance and John to be like sitting back and watching her performance, sort of fascinated and then making notes and wondering like, is this, to what degree is that real? And to what degree is that her playing the role of John in the way that she thinks the onlookers will need in order to understand them as separate people? You know, like, is she actually thinking about what's happening here and taking notes, and we're seeing a literal visualization of that, or is she just acting on top of the acting on top of the acting? You could definitely see how this would get to be too much for a person.
Scene 37 Delta, take 1.
Action. Cut.
Weird little sequence. That's her taking, because that dude is Maria's bodyguard, right? So that's her taking him to his own separate floor so that he will not be around when the sexual assault that she has obviously participated in the planning of occurs. I mean, like, you know, it's not Hessenberg's plan for it to be a sexual assault. Hessenberg's plan is to get laid, and it would probably be better for him if it was not an assault, but he's willing to get there. Okay, we're getting some like room tone here, but it's not changing as we move along the clips.
Everybody knows who I am.
I guess let's just try to do a couple more jumps here, and then maybe we just call it.
All right. That was great.
Sounded really good.
So this is the long one, because they're seated together in this one. Okay, and this is, she's about to go get her nosebleed. Have we seen everything we're going to get? Okay, interesting.
Okay, so the motion control rig is going to play back what we do now. First, Naomi's going to play Sarah. Amy, you play Anne. When we composite it, Naomi's performance will disappear.
Story of my life.
Barry, what do you think of the dress?
Swanky.
It's a vintage Dior.
Does it suit the town?
Makes her stand out. And when Lee Lockwood sees a surprised look on Anne's face, she says, women need a certain kind of attention, especially as they age. Not all women, but the type of woman I am.
And what type exactly is that?
That's Lee's line.
Okay, let's go.
Tell him I'm dangerous. Compositing test, take 1X.
Huh.
Action.
Lee wants to know why you stopped seeing him.
People always want to know why.
Has it ever occurred to you that you're not in your right mind?
Who's to say? I'm in no position to judge myself. Nothing interests me less than explanations.
It means nothing to you what my feelings are?
You look older.
You'd like for me to hate you, wouldn't you? Well, I can't, and I won't. So what should I tell him?
Tell him I'm dangerous.
Cut. Let's switch and go again.
Amy, that was great. I hope John is paying you twice for this.
John is supposed to pay me.
You think it'll work?
Sure. You got Sarah and Ann, Lee Lockwood and Bob Dean, 2 murders, 2 of everything. Biblical. What's the word? Thunderbird. What's the price? 2 bits twice.
Interesting. So he was working on a different movie where he was doing the double. She, backwards lady, was working on another movie where she was doing the double up, the double performance technology. Obviously, this scene is like critical to the commitment of the idea to of everything biblical, and this picture just gets completely abandoned for the other one. Like, where at least she seizes on it, she becomes obsessed with it. That's really interesting. It's really interesting that there's a fourth thing that we'd never heard of until now. Let's actually jump off of this guy who is some person who's involved in this film. This is the only clip. Maybe this is the only clip that has anything to do with this movie. This is just going to jump us to any script. This is going to take us like everywhere. And the other people in this scene are not going to give us other stuff from this movie necessarily, because Naomi was body doubling in the other film, and obviously Amy's all over the other film. Interesting though. It's interesting that we're still kind of like uncovering stuff, even though we're jumping through so much old footage to get there.
Simon, you want to give us another round of coffee?
So maybe it's like trying to assemble a thought, like almost probabilistically.
Simon, you want to give us another
It's doing like conceptual distance matching. And it's like, this is another clip that has this thing in it, this jump point in it, but it's like, this is 70% related to the idea that I'm trying to build right now. And so it's got a 70% chance of being the clip that appears when you click. Something like that. Okay.
Scene 51, Delta, take 7.
Wait! Stop! Stop! I think I'm back! I won't tell anyone! I'm nobody! Okay? I'm nobody!
Stop.
She must have slipped and fallen, mixing pills and alcohol.
Is she okay? Marissa! Marissa! You idiot. I'm gonna count.
There's got to be a safer way to do those. Who is it that falls in the water at the end? Is that Amy? No, I think it's John. Yeah, it's John, right? He's always wearing, like, this is very much his kind of shirt with the sleeves unbuttoned, and yeah. Okay, interesting. So this is right. We are to understand this is the lady, the backwards lady, prior to having become Marissa, right? So she was never Sophia in that other picture. This is so weird, though. It's so weird that we're starting to discover new pieces this late, like the fourth film and this other persona. Out of curiosity, there was kind of a low tone the whole time. I'm just seeing if there's anything else to jump to in this footage. Oh, there is. And we would have missed it. Wait, who is this? Damn it, I lost track of what I was doing there because this clip is backwards, right? So I'm trying to dial into this slowly backwards. Okay. So we do this, we go past the sound. Where are we supposed to be right now? It's got a sort of a biological suggestion to it, right? This sort of there's a wetness and I don't know. There we go. Okay, what the fuck? What direction is the film running right now? I want to hit rewind to rewind on this layer. We're forward again, right? I want to make sure we're seeing this whole clip and if there's anything else embedded in it. Previous host? Okay.
How many times have I done this now?
Is she okay? Marissa! Marissa!
Is the implication that that was an actual death? Like they actually did drown they actually did drown her. If that had been a human actress, she'd just be fucking dead now? I guess so.
All right, first.
I mean, okay, so let me be clear about something. My feeling here is not necessarily that we need to see every piece of footage. But I do want to make sure that we got everything of like serious note.
Scene 1 through 9. We'll just go straight through.
Okay, this is the long one.
Scene 81 rehearsal?
Do we know? This is where she first gets in the car? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. No, we'll go backward.
Scene 84 rehearsal?
Yeah, we might be running out of...
Rehearsal, scene 43 through 44?
Okay, yeah, I think we're running out of utility here on this particular jump. Yeah, I think maybe we're... This is new footage. But yeah, I think maybe we've got what we've came for, at least as much as we're ever going to. It's so hard to know. And it's additionally like this is one of those things that is additionally complicated. There's an extra layer here of this being a let's play and me trying to like be reasonably complete, at least in showing you the arc, if not in showing you 100% of the thing as a whole.
Scene 35 Delta, take 1.
Action.
If you touch it, you'll be abundant.
Weird. Out of curiosity, is Mask... Yeah, Mask is a... Where else is there a Mask?
No.
Oh, sure. Right.
He was naked, there was blood.
Is this a scene that we've seen? We're getting to the point where I can't hold it all in my brain, too. So that's complicating things. I feel like this is one we've seen.
Action.
What are you doing here?
I just came to pick up some things.
Saw the police tape.
My fingerprints are all over this place anyway. Not to mention my ass prints and tit prints. Is there such a thing as an ass print?
You came to pick up what?
Stuff that I made before they put his name on it. A portrait of the artist.
He looks unhappy.
He didn't like being looked at. Said my work was amateur.
Is that what he was working on before he died?
He was trying to reduce my face to pure form. He painted over each line 50 times to remove any meaning from it. The pure essence of Franny, just lines and colors. He liked my lines, but all the rest was a distraction.
That's vandalism.
Now it's worth more.
Did you ever read his diary?
I wrote it. Every morning he would have me read his letters to him, and then I'd write down his thoughts from the previous day.
But there's an entry from the day he was murdered.
If you've already guessed it, just say so, Detective. I found the body. I couldn't process it. I wrote the diary, got ready for the show, and headed out as if everything was fine.
When you found the body, was there a mask? Some kind of mask?
No. He was naked, there was blood. First I thought it was a game. Sometimes he would act weak, so I wouldn't want to leave him. But
Can I ask you about these marks?
I hope you didn't get too hung up on these, Detective. Each mark shows that we had sex. The symbols show the type and frequency. Vanilla, we both came. Oral, both came. Rope play, we came. Anal.
Okay.
You asked.
He was active for an older man.
Minsky and the rest, art is a procreative endeavor, a masculine act. To paint me, he had to fuck me. To paint me fully, he had to fuck me.
Fully. Whoever killed Minsky cut off his penis.
How about you, Detective? Do you need to fuck me to decide if I'm guilty?
Who is Frankie Santora?
I don't know.
His name appears 12 times in the diary, and he doesn't show up in any records. So,
Maybe he was one of Minsky's dealers. One I never met.
you wrote it.
It's just a name. You should go now. I'm about to go to sleep. I sleep naked.
I'll be in touch.
What's your name?
Goodman.
Your first name?
Detective.
Cut.
Yeah, we had not actually seen like a final version of the she uses her body to get rid of him scene. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for today at least. We might be done. We might have gotten all we're getting. I may potentially go do a small amount of like gentle Googling to try to figure out if it is in fact the case that we're getting all we're getting, or if there is something else that I need to commit to Photon on your behalf. So there might be another one, but also there might not be. It's a difficult way to sort of end a thing. In any case, we're done for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If there's not another episode, then I didn't find anything. Otherwise, when you come back next time tomorrow, perhaps there will be just a little end cap on here, unless there is, in fact, like I said, we were starting to uncover some new pieces. I don't know. Maybe there's something larger than I'm expecting left for us to discover. We'll come back next time tomorrow for either that or something else entirely. And we'll see you then.